Still working it out. Okay, so I'll just stay in a close area here. One other thing, I'm not one of the people that Kurt Messick has a crush on. So Bloomington in the summer, love it. It's the best. Come on, it's awesome. It's pretty hard to believe that 3 weeks ago I got called a big booty bitch with big ass titties by some of IU's best and brightest young minds. Now, here's the thing. It's not that I disagree with their assessment of me, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that these boys wouldn't know a titty if it slapped them in the face. But that's okay. They'd had a couple natty lights. They'd just finished the W131 finals. And they were just blowing off some fucking steam. So, shifting gears. I like a bargain. Don't know if you do, but I love a bargain. If you're looking for some cheap, random shit, I suggest that you check out WGLC's Swap and Shop. It's an online radio, internet swap meet. So some of the things, I gotta figure this out.
You needed some assistance?
No, I'm good.
Okay, good.
Find Matt.
All right.
Got it all in control. I only had like 6 glasses of wine. Come on. Get my bra going on. Let's do this. Some of the items on this website are just ridiculous, okay? So there's a gentleman that has a brown vinyl lift chair from a non-smoking home. His wife had recently delivered twins on the chair, and they just didn't have room for it anymore. They wanted $40 or best offer. So in my mind, the wheels are turning. I'm like, I might need that, you know? Like, that's a good item. Someone had just a big pile of Sports Illustrated magazines from the 80s and 90s. So keep in mind, that's vintage. They were in great condition, except for some mild crusting on the swimsuit issue. But for $15, I gotta have it. I gotta have all of them. Now, my favorite items are just the random things that people are trying to trade for, get rid of. Someone has a bag of 3-legged diapers. Yeah, they're out there. A box of dirty Band-Aids. Yeah, I know. 15 rusted safety pins. Maybe you're in the market for just 3 1978 Subaru Brat tires. Now, I need to tell you that they're located in Illinois, but with treasures like these, I think it's well worth the drive. Something else that I have been doing lately to generate a little extra money, bring in a little, extra dough, I've created my own line of dysfunctional family greeting cards. And these are great for when you need to reopen an old wound. Maybe you've got an emotional scab that needs picking. I've designed a logo. It's a little tiny Pandora's box that's slowly being opened because all hell is about to break loose. So to help you understand the kind of product I have, Mother's Day was a few weeks ago, but I designed a handmade card for my mother. And it was an image of a skull and crossbones on the front. And on the inside it said, "Thank you for letting me hitch a ride in your toxic womb." Happy Mother's Day. I also have a line of save the dates because let's face it, families are busy. We need reminders. We've got a court date coming up in 3 weeks. Be there. Now, last but not least, I do have a couple cards that I think are good for any occasion. The first of which is an image of an ashtray that's been dumped in a parking lot. Inside of a card, it says, "Thinking of you." The other card is a picture of that last mound of snow that refuses to melt in the spring. You know the one. It's covered in soot and dog piss. And the inside of that card says, just because. Now, talking about drinking and family dysfunction makes me want to have a really strong drink. But I don't want a skinny girl margarita. I don't want marshmallow vodka. In fact, some of the drinks that I see on menus are just ridiculous to me. Things like a cloudberry infused vodka with locally sourced artisan ice cubes, farmer's market honeysuckle garnish, and a turbinado sugared rim. Really? You know what they used to mix alcohol with? Alcohol. There's a drink for you. Now, I'm not entirely sure of the hormonal effects of vodka, but I have woken up after a night of a few too many dirty martinis to discover that I had a beard and one undescended testicle. So ladies, be careful. Be very careful with the vodka. Now here's some random advice. If you are wanting to have sex with a lady, do not tell her that she's handsome. Okay? Before you put the moves on her. It's just not going to work. As you have probably gleaned from my set so far, I'm a very giving person, a very loving person. I'm a nurturer. And with that in mind, I'd like to share a couple ideas that I have about making the world a better place. One of those is taking stray dogs from the animal shelter and pairing them with dumb hippies. Now, this would be good because not only is it giving the dog a second chance at life, it's also, it's helping that dumb hippie find their didgeridoo, their rain stick, their crystals, and most importantly, their weed. One other thing I have to help with that is a GPS system for stoners. And in this case, GPS would stand for Getting Pretty Stoned. I don't know what you're like, but when I get high, it's totally confusing. It's like I'm on the couch, I have the intention to go to the refrigerator, and I end up in the bathroom with the remote. So the GPS gets you where you need to be, all right? You go to the store, you've got the munchies, and you just want to get in and get the fuck out. You just want to get your chips, your Doritos, your Oreos, your Nutella. The GPS will take you straight there. I don't know if you're like me, probably not. But when I get high, I like to make a run for the border. And even when I'm not high, the Taco Bell drive-thru menu is extremely confusing to me. So the GPS system, it already knows that I want a large Mountain Dew, a Crunchwrap Gordita, 2 soft taco supremes with sour cream, a side of rice, and some churros. Boom. Just finished. Let's move on. Now something else, when we get high, we tend to get involved in really deep, intense, and heavy conversations. And we frequently forget what the fuck we were talking about. But with the GPS, you just push a button, and it reminds you. Ding, ding. Your last conversation was about time travel. That's my time. Thank you.
The uplifting, positive comedy of Courtney Stewart, everybody. The feel-good lady. Thank you guys so much for coming to the special show. We have one final performer for you. This young lady also skipped the intro class. She's been open micing around in Bloomington for a couple years now, and she's one of